Remarks, I just want to frame a few issues that I will be concerned about this budget cycle. In light of the fact that we have pay parity on deck and we have to figure out how to implement Proposition B, I think our budget is very tight and something that we must review over a period of years, not just contained within this particular year. With that being said, our fund balance, I believe, now has been drawn down to, or will be drawn down to, 7.9%. There or about. And so I would like for us to focus on things such as our revenue cap calculation. I believe that that is highlighted in our slideshow presentation, so I'll get to that momentarily. I would also like to focus on making sure that our budget numbers as it relates particularly to the fire department and the layoffs are also accurate. One of the concerns that I have with the reductions that have been made is what does that do to overtime? Are we setting ourselves up in a way in which we may have made reductions in personnel which reduced expenses, but then on the back end have more than anticipated overtime that we have to, of course, because it's public safety, spend out? That's one of the concerns that I want to drill down on. In addition to that, optimizing the special revenue fund. If you recall, we had a budget amendment that did pass at this table last year in terms of seeking those funds out. I know that we were supposed to have an ordinance that was to pass, and I don't know what the timing of that is. Are we maximizing, without putting at risk our departments, the ability to claw some of that funding back into the general fund is another question I think we need to ask throughout these department presentations. Finally, I want to talk about the revenue cap because, as you all know, with the revenue cap, we are not, regardless of what you feel about it, it cannot be brought back to the voters until 2021. And so I want to make sure that we're drilling down on that figure and then looking at the ways in which we're utilizing those investments that have been made with regard to putting in strategies from the financial policies to the PFM report to making sure that we are now tightening the belt as much as possible, but at the same time looking in the budget for where there are revenue growth opportunities. So I will get back in the queue with our revenue cap. We just need to make sure that we're not going to be putting the city in a position where we would have to use fund balance in the future because we don't have any extra fund balance. So I'll get back in the queue so that I can ask more specific questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair.